Okay.
We do need an intro for this video.
Yeah, again.
So we were going to go with the fact that you've got no facial hair.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about that, have we?
No. One question is, like, what do you think, or who do you think Mike looks most like now? Who or what do you think Mike looks most like now with no facial hair? Let us know down in the comments, because I would be interested. Kermit the Frog is one suggestion.
This is
that I would put. Kermit the Frog? No?
Naked mole rat, someone said.
A naked mole rat. Did they?
Yeah.
Right. Something along those lines. It'd be quite cool.
You can't hurt me.
Feel free to totally rag into me if I ever do the same, because I would 100% deserve it.
I will remember this. Steam refunds are great. They give consumers protection against buggy and broken games, and they allow us to vote with our wallets, big style. But Gary Newman, developers of Garrys Mod and Rust, has said his studio has lost over $4 million thanks to Steam refunds. For those of you who don't know, Rust is an early access survival game which came out in 2013. But as Newman revealed on Twitter, over 300,000 people have refunded Rust with a total cost to the company of $4.3 million. However, Newman claims that this doesn't bother him, as it amounts to around 6% of the game's total sales, and it is in line with the refund figures of other developers he has spoken to. According to Newman, the most common reason for refunding is simply that the game is not fun, which he puts down to the harsh learning curve in Rust. Alright mate, Newman has said he thinks this is because people are using the refund system as a demo, and that the refund system has probably gained us more sales than it lost us. He's probably right about that. I think the whole demo effect thing, where it just because they bought it, it doesn't necessarily mean they would have bought it anyway, because they think, oh, I can get a Steam refund, so I might as well try it out, and if they don't like it, then they refund it. So it's the same as like demos or piracy. It's like you can't necessarily say that is a lost sale, because the whole reason they played it might have been because it was available to play for free, or to get a refund on.
It's against Steam's policy to buy a game and use it as a demo, though, isn't it? It's like they say that people find it as a safety net, because if you want to commit that much money to a game and you don't know precisely whether you're going to like it or not, whether you're going to spend that much hours in it, you got a couple of hours to decide whether you do want to refund the game. I think it's an awesome system for Steam, and also saying that it's a 4 million loss is a bit bad terminology for me. It's not a loss at all, is it? Because of the northwards of $80 million that they've made, considering this is 6%, that kind of works out northwards of $80 million that he has made. How much of that would not have been made if it wasn't for Steam, the refund? So, and all in all, I think that everybody wins, don't they? In stupid stock shortage news, Nintendo's new SNES Classic mini console was announced earlier this week. It looks just like the SNES you know and love from the 90s, but smaller, and comes preloaded with 21 classic games including Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, and even the never-released Star Fox 2. In typical Nintendo fashion though, it sold out immediately thanks to the ludicrously low supply of the machine. But then, a plot twist. Nintendo pulled more stock out of their arses a few hours later, until that, again, sold out in a matter of minutes. Then, there was even more stock, and then that was gone too. We actually lost count of how many times this has happened over the days since its announcement. Seriously, check out the Eurogamer article on this. There's a hilarious amount of updates. For now, it's sold out everywhere as far as we know, and scalpers are putting them on eBay for at least twice the price.
So this is the controlled shortage thing that Nintendo did with the NES Classic, which is ridiculous. We've talked about this in the podcast, and it's just something that is madness as far as we're concerned. It's limited edition, but it's incredibly limited edition as far as Nintendo want it, and they want to make this really hard to get and to generate all that excitement and the rush to buy one, and unfortunately it means a lot of people miss out.
A lot of stupid people deciding to buy Nintendo products. That's the problem, isn't it, Mike? Because you bought one, haven't you?
Listen, it's the beard. You can't even let me enjoy a SNES Classic. According to YouTuber Battlefront Updates, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will feature Overwatch-style loot crates as part of its progression system. The loot crates will contain star cards, which offer gameplay buffs like special weapons and XP boosts. Star cards will come in 5 different varieties, these being common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary, and the more valuable the card, the better the buff will be. So the old saying goes. Crates can be obtained through gameplay and in-game credits, but players will automatically receive a crate for logging in once a day. EA have not made it clear whether the crates will be in-game only, or if players will be able to purchase them as microtransactions, similar to how Blizzard sell them in Overwatch. But you can bet your ass that is going to happen. They would not put these in the game without wanting to make money on it, so they haven't said it's going to happen yet, but it's going to happen.
Logging in and receiving a crate once a day. That is a very legitimate tactic for getting people to come back.
It's like mobile gaming, isn't it?
It works really well though, doesn't it? There's a hook to it and it works really well. So hopefully they're limited to that and they won't microtransaction the out of it, which is almost inevitable though, isn't it? Ubisoft's founding family, the Guillemets, have raised their stake in the French game publisher in order to fend off a hostile takeover from Vivendi. The Guillemets have raised their share to 13.6% and they retain 20% of the company's voting rights, whereas Vivendi currently have a 27% share with 24.5% of the voting rights. The Guillemot family are attempting to court potential investors in order to stop Vivendi making any further moves on the company, and they have rejected the idea of striking a deal with them. This news is fairly important because back in March 2016, Ubisoft staff threatened to leave the company if Vivendi were to take over, and there has been fears that ambitious projects like Beyond Good and Evil 2 would be scrapped by the traditionally risk-averse Vivendi. To fill you all in with a little bit more of the details about this, let's get Jake over here. Jake, get over here, dude.
Yeah, get in here, Jake, with your facial hair.
So basically, Vivendi are the cancer eating away at Ubisoft, and I mean that in a literal sense. They've got inside the company and they're slowly taking more and more and more shares within Ubisoft, and they're going to do a hostile takeover, okay? It happens quite a lot in business and shit like that, and basically they are able to wrangle Ubisoft and steal the company basically from the family originally by just buying more and more of the company. Eventually they'll have a majority and then they can boot out the rest of them. They're money hungry bastards and they don't really care about games. They just care about more money, and games are a great way of getting money, especially when you fill them with shit. Well, Ubisoft the out of them. It's the classic saying that. It's a classic saying.
So what you're saying is that the Ubisoft thing is actually Vivendi, so we should be using Vivendi as the...
Well, yeah, I mean, Ubisoft are no angels, but Vivendi are the majority of the reason that Ubisoft has turned so shit. Ubisoft has been a gaming staple for many, many years now, and since Vivendi have got in charge, they started being horrible little pricks. And basically, the Guillemot family are trying to fight back now, and this has been happening for quite a while, and people have been worrying about it, and it's making Ubisoft greedier and greedier. And it's like a parasite taking over Ubisoft. Yeah. They've still got the same name, but they're essentially turning into a different company, and they did it with Activision. Activision broke free of that, and, well, they're still pricks, aren't they? But it can happen. It happens a lot in business, and this is the biggest case of it in the gaming industry that's happening. So
the bottom line is that Vivendi are like business people. They want to make a business out of this, where they focusing on bottom line and making lots of money. So we should be opposed, as gamers, we should be opposed to this type of thing, because it's not going to generate any better games for us, any better like practices in the industry. They're just going to try and milk us.
So this is a good little bit of resistance from the Guillemot family, and they're now looking for some more investors to get on board, and they can make a sort of coalition to fight off Vivendi. That is all we can really hope for. That's Ubisoft's future, or else we might see big games like Beyond Good and Evil 2 swapped out for the yearly Assassin's Creed things that we've known to expect from Ubisoft.
It reminds me of Game of Thrones, like bad guys fighting bad guys, you know what I mean?
yeah, like they cancel each other out.
Yeah, so the moral lines are all blurred, like we don't know who to support because everyone's kind of shitty in their own little way.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally in the news this week, in a monthly early access update over on Steam, the developers of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds revealed just how many players they've had to ban from the game. More than 25,000 users got kicked to the curb in the last 3 months, while new protections and detections have been added on a daily basis to the BattleEye system. We've been working hard to tackle down cheating players, the post read. This is an ongoing battle, but one we are committed to fighting.
25,000 people using aim assist on their controllers, is that what it is? Like the aimbot. They'll be banning a hell of a lot more once they get the console crossplay over, because that aimbot is overpowered, isn't it?
Dear. That's the one. That's the joke.
Alright, so the guys behind Rust lost $4 million because of Steam refunds. But have you ever bought anything because you knew you could refund it? Let us know what it was down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to see more of them. There's another video right there if you want to watch that right now. And a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.